Hey, this is Meredith's husband. I've got some SEO advice for you, but I'm going to keep it really simple so that you can understand it, so it makes sense, and most importantly, so you can actually use it.
Now, where were we?
Do you remember last week what we talked about? We were talking about how to create a unique blog. A unique and helpful, hopefully a unique and helpful blog, but a unique blog, something that's not generic, that is going to go along with what Google has now announced as the helpful content update.
All right. I remember the helpful content update. I don't remember the blog.
Yeah. So the blog last week, remember we talked about, we chose 3 things. Remember we did a little exercise, the two of us, and you said, what makes you unique?
Yes. Yes, that I remember.
And then you chose something.
And I asked you to send it to me.
I did not do that.
Yep.
Instead, I wrote it down.
Okay.
Which I felt would be a better way to retrieve it at a later date.
Yes.
So for our listener, they hopefully found the one thing. They came up with their, I'm going to call it secret sauce. What makes them unique? What did they do that's special? So hopefully you have that thing if you're listening.
Yeah.
You may also have the 3 ingredients of your secret sauce. Do you remember your 3 ingredients?
I remember engagement.
Nope.
I remember was sense of humor part of it?
Nope.
Okay. Nope.
It was, engagement was the overall concept, I think, yes. Your secret sauce was, you wanted to get people engaged, but your 3 things were be curious, true, honest curiosity. Number 2, speak from your heart to make a genuine connection. And number 3, give 100% of your focus. Those were your 3 ingredients to your secret sauce. And your secret sauce was, how do you get the engagement that you get in your photography?
What was the last one again? 100% what?
Give 100% of your focus. Are you writing this down?
Yes, I am.
Okay. That is a waste of time, but I actually have it written down.
Okay.
But this week, so I want to follow up on that. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to turn it into a unique blog. Oh,
okay. Great.
So, are you ready?
I am. I am all ears.
Okay. So I'm just going to explain kind of how the format that we're going to put this into. It doesn't have to be great. I don't care if it's great. I don't care how long it is. I don't care if you ever publish it. It's really just to get practice writing from your perspective.
Okay.
Writing from your perspective or creating any content from your perspective is going to make it easier.
It's going to make it who?
It's going to make it easier. It's going to make it easier. Creating, if you have to sit down and, brainstorm about what to write and kind of what perspective you're going to have and how you're going to come at a certain topic. Yeah. That's pretty overwhelming.
It's entirely overwhelming. I don't understand why it is, because I enjoy talking.
Yeah. Well, tell me about it. If you can just sit down and write something in your natural tone of voice and learn to do that, that's going to be so much easier in the long term.
Yeah.
And a lot more worthwhile. Like nobody else has that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do it.
The
first sentence, you don't need to actually do it right now, but I want you to actually do it over the next week.
Oh, okay.
And then we'll show everyone. Okay. No, we won't. We won't do that. I'm not going to ask. When you're doing this, don't worry about anybody ever seeing it. It's just for practice. It's just like taking practice swings. Like you're going to, if you want, you're going to do it. And then you're going to throw it in the trash next week. Like, don't put pressure on yourself.
Yeah.
So
easily said.
The first sentence, let's say the first paragraph, maybe 1, 2, or 3 sentences is just describe what the thing is. A lot of times it comes like the title of a blog is, how do you do such and such? So or you could say, if you want it to be more personal, you could say like, people always ask me how I get such engagement. Or if you could literally say, Meredith's husband just asked me how I blah, 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 because I'm asking you. So that's honest. And then tell what it is. Just describe it. Again, doesn't have to be perfect. Just a sentence, 2 sentences, maybe 3 sentences. Good.
Yeah.
Then just say, there's a few ingredients to my secret sauce. They are 1, 2, 3, 3 bullet points. If you have more than 3, maybe you came up with 5. That's fine. If you can only come up with 2, that's fine. But then just list those things literally in a bullet list, 1, 2, 3, and then say, let me cover each one. So then that's your intro to your blog. It's got a little bit of a paragraph, and then the 3 things that you are going to talk about. Your 3 things. Be curious, speak from your heart, give 100% of your focus. Now, each of those becomes a little subheading. So number 1, your first subheading after your 3 bullet points is be curious.
Yeah.
Now, and then a little bit after that, say, what does that mean?
Yeah, or, what does that mean?
Perhaps more importantly, or in addition, what does that not mean? It does not mean fake curiosity, I would imagine. Don't pretend to be curious, right?
Yeah,
Actually find something to be curious about. If it's not readily apparent, maybe you're curious about their shoe. Find something that you are honestly curious about, right? I'm putting words in your mouth, but
well, you're not putting them in my mouth. You're just talking.
I'm strongly suggesting.
Well, it's similar, like the connection when you go into stores and they go, "Oh my God, I love your bag," or "Oh my God, I love your glasses," or "Oh my God, that's so cute," and that instantly.
Yes. Yeah, that works.
Engages you.
My own opinion on that is that probably fake.
Oh, it's entirely fake.
Curiosity. So your thing would be like you want to be genuine. Find something.
I do want to be genuine.
Yeah. Okay. So explain, say that. Then say, how do you do that? Like, what do you do, Meredith? What do you do in order to do that? Give an example. Tell a little story. Stories are great. Say, like this other day, I was shooting Jimmy and I wanted to know XYZ, or, put it into a little story, a little something that makes it more personal to tell. How do you actually do this?
Right.
Then I would say you could take a photo. I think it would be great to include a photo that kind of that just shows some engagement.
Oh yeah, that would help.
So it doesn't need, as a photographer, if nothing else, you can just grab another image from your website that you think shows good engagement on the person, on behalf of the person you are taking the photo of, right?
Yeah.
Put a photo there.
Yeah.
Do that for each of the 3 points. So you have 3 little sections.
Oh, that's a great idea. So clever, my husband.
Tell me about it.
Seriously.
So then just have at the end, after your 3 points, just have a little conclusion. What I often
wrap it up.
Hey, remember this, because a lot of times people are going to read a blog entry and they're going to go about their day and they're going to they're not going to remember every bit of that blog entry. So just summarize like, hey, remember this. This is the most important point. There's a good chance if you say something, hey, remember this, and the end of your blog, people are going to remember it. And again, doesn't matter how long it is. I would say if you could, ideally, I would say put a little image into each of those 3 sections.
That's a good idea.
You could take a shoot. So you know how a lot of times photographers, they have a blog entry and it's just a whole bunch of images from a shoot.
Yeah, a lot of images.
Kind of do that. Take a shoot and then pick one image as the main image for the blog that's going to display at the very top. Mm-hmm. And then 3 other images to go along with each of these
qualities.
Yeah, exactly. If you do that, like that's okay. Number 1, that's unique, right? It's your perspective. Nobody else is going to have this. It's not like a top 10 tips to use your iPhone.
It's kind of a portal into your soul.
Right. It's also it can be that's a little bit of a marketing piece, honestly. If a parent sees that and they read that, they're kind of going to get a glimpse into how you work without you saying, hey, this is how I work. Right. I do X, Y, Z, A, B, C, which often I think comes across as like, that's marketing speak. People are going to be a little bit guarded against marketing speak. But if you put it in this sort of format, all of a sudden you take that guard down. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is what photographers usually seek.
What?
Photographing people with their guard down.
Oh, yeah.
Is that true selves?
Exactly.
See? I did a yes and or a callback.
Got it.
Inclusion.
Days of improv, right?
Days of improv.
So then if you like this, if you do this and you come up with something that you like, great. You can also take this and chunk it up and use it in social media. There's 3 posts at least for social media. You know,
It's a great idea.
Put that photo that you just used, each of those 3 photos, each one becomes a post, and put some text over it about, you know, be curious, 100% of your focus, the 3 things that you're trying to get across, and then link back to the article.
And you don't have to worry about posting it on social media because you already initially posted it on your blog.
Right. Yeah, it's on your blog now. So you can link back, like I said, to that blog from your social media. Right. And you don't need to worry about, you know,
social media stealing it.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about, you know, that photo, somebody else claiming they have the license to that photo. You can put a watermark on it too if you want.
I do. It's really ugly, but you know what? I think if someone's going to steal a picture and have to Photoshop something, or someone's going to steal a picture and not, they're going to take the pictures that they don't have to do anything.
Right. And
like
if you go
water,
through this,
we find the easiest way.
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to finish.
Oh, don't.
Yeah, and like I said, if you don't like it, don't feel pressure. Just don't use it. Just now you've tried it. Hopefully the next time is going to be, you're not so intimidated.
Right. Yeah, just having it out there.
If you do this, shout out to me on Instagram. Like just tag me, just tag Meredith's husband and say, yeah, I did it. You don't need to share the blog with me unless you really want to.
Right.
But just say, yeah, I did it. Thank you. I would like to know if people are actually,
that would be awesome.
Do this.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Thank you. That's good.
So next week, we're going to move on to a different subject. We're going to start talking about keywords, how to choose your keywords, where to put your keywords.
We had an inquiry about that.
Yeah. We had a listener who wrote in with a question.
Great question.
And it is a very good question.
It's a really good question.
And I would like to tackle that next week. All right.
Okay. I look forward to it.
Me too.
Thank you. And now don't forget my husband to send me what I said.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
The 3 things that I said.
Oh,
I just need to listen to this podcast for once.
Right. I will send you the 3 things.
Because it goes in one ear without the other. No, it actually sinks in, though.
Okay.
Some of it. If I'm listening
to you.
I'm usually just looking at my wrinkles.
I know. Can tell by your eyes in the faces that you're making that I don't know what you're imagining, but you're certainly looking at your face.
Yeah, that's true.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Hey, thank you so much for listening. We really hope that you find this helpful and useful. And if you do, what you could do for us as a thanks would be to, drumroll please, yes, leave a review. Yes, everybody says it, I know, but it really does make a difference. Take 3 seconds, leave as many stars, say something really nice about what you like about the podcast and maybe why other people would like it. It would mean the world to us, especially my husband. That better? All right, I'm going to try one where I'm not going to be charming.